Nicholas,
Okay, let's run.
Kim,
I'm a policeman. See my badge?
Coppola, Cage.
Nick Cage.
Nicolas Kim Coppola Cage is a national treasure with massive talent that will blow your face off. He's a primal, wild-hearted, crude dude with rock-solid, kick-ass energy that when watching a movie starring him, you sit there knowing that soon the film will be gone in 60 seconds, but always waiting for the next. And I recently had the most honorable privilege to view a glorious flick starring Ol' Nicky. And real quick side note, it's not this movie. Really quickly want to talk about that movie, and if you're not here for that, go ahead and skip here. The movie was awesome. Pedro Pascal is hilarious. The two of them together is the best. A very meta movie about Hollywood, movie making, Nick Cage, his career, and just the movie itself. Very fun, very goofy, very silly. The two secondary characters played by the comedy actors are a little cringe sometimes, but overall they're really good, and I got a lot of good laughs. Go check it out. Okay, bye. Before Nick starred in Massive Talent, he starred in Willy's Wonderland, a Five Nights at Freddy's inspired haunted animatronic dark comedy slasher horror flick. Alright, so Willy's opens up on this lovely couple getting murdered by what is inferred to be off-screen animatronic critters. Another backstory crap, and then we fade to black, and we get this sick shot of a muscle car on a beautiful Sunday drive. And guess who's inside? That's right, youthful badass Nick Cage. Oh,
dude, look at that clean shave.
Look at that clean, drawn-on beard. What the fuck? And then Nick Cage takes a big old fat sip of punch, a fistful of caffeine to your kisser, which is like a little sippy pop energy drink. But more importantly, this shall become a recurring marker to signify which act of the tale we are in. But even more important, we get what I refer to as the first entry on the Nick Cage ludicrous line list. Because during this movie, old Nicky doesn't say a single line.
Maybe it costs more if you get Nicolas Cage to talk. So the only way they could get him was not talking.
I hope he has, we gotta count him. I'm gonna get a sketch pad out.
Out of the leather coat.
I thought he was gonna say something.
I don't know if he talks the whole movie.
All we get is this, and a couple other things that I will point out along the way.
That groan.
During this stellar performance, Cage discovers that his tire was popped by a spike trap, and then he just patiently waits. Oh my god, is he standing out there that long?
Yeah, I just realized.
He just stood still?
Yeah, he's waiting.
For a tow truck to arrive. This country bumpkin suspiciously implies that some youngsters done did it.
A bunch of fun-loving kids stole the zigzag out of the back of the sheriff's pickup a month ago. Guess you found it for him.
Speaking of youngins, what's this rebellious teen doing? Trying to burn down a wonderful playplace full of charm? No, that can't be. There must be something
sinister about this place.
And then she gets arrested by the woman who's in everything, and then locked up in a trailer. And you're like, what? What's happening here? Like, who are they? And what is she? And this seems like a very odd dynamic, right? A little bit.
How am I supposed to take a piss?
Is that her mom?
Dude, no way. But also maybe she's just a troublemaker and she's always getting arrested. The tow guy doesn't take Venmo, Cash App, gold coins, or plastic, just paper. Perhaps there's another way he can pay. Just kidding. The hillbilly's friend Doug Dimmadome has a Chuck E. Cheese that Nick can clean.
You spend the night cleaning Willy's Wonderland, and I will pay to have your car fixed. By morning tomorrow, and your ride will be ready for you right there. Deal?
Oh yeah, and the f***ing toenail truck guy, he's had what you may have thought to have been a cigar in his mouth the whole time. Like he's just kind of like chewing on a cigar, maybe getting like that nicotine buzz. But no, that's a fucking old piece of stringy meat. Just a piece of jerky.
Is that even a cigar or is that a Slim Jim?
I don't know. I think he's just chewing on a cigar, dude.
That's a Slim Jim, I'm telling you. Look at it.
That's gross. Why is he just sucking on a meat stick? It is a Slim Jim.
Wait.
All right, let's get the hell out of here. I can't stand to hear a grown man scream.
Oh.
Anyways, our silent protagonist gives what I consider entry number 2 on our line list. We see his eyes. That feels like a line. He unveils his pearly white socket fillers in a way that makes the mind wander as to what he may be thinking. Then he just swaps out his skin to fit the map and begins his quest. And what's that quest, you might ask? Well, you'll find out in...
Sprouted antlers, like a gazelle.
Whoa, wait. But first, a couple of quirky teens, a Vine star, and a stereotypical horny slasher girl save their friend, and then they plan to burn down Willy's. Meanwhile, Nick actually cleans, and then he puts his health packs in storage. And then we go to...
He scored a touchdown!
We start with some erotic pinball foreplay from Nick's sex machine Cage. And then it's straight into the action. No, not that. He rips the throat out of the ostrich because his kiss on the cheek hurt old Nicky Poo.
This guy has a line here.
Yeah, his first line was, After this valiant victory, seemingly unbothered by the sentient and presumably evil animatronics, Cage cleans up and puts on some fresh armor. Then this nervous cop and this sus cop call it a night.
See that phone? We're gonna sit here and pray it don't ring.
Copy that. While Nick tags it and bags it. What's this? The door is locked.
Motherfuckers! You're going to open this motherfucking door!
Hey, no worries, because it's time for another chalky milk and a little bit of foreplay.
That was the plan, to give you a boner, and you got one.
Nick makes quick work of these gang tags and slurs in the men's room, but he's not too fond of who's on Ox.
I hear that there's a birthday boy in the audience tonight.
But before he can complain, Sully and Boo are playing hide-and-seek in the toilet room. Nick must have astigmatism in his eyes or something, because this giant f***ing gorilla... Somehow he doesn't see it, despite this monkey being the size of an ape and also being chock full of fun little Deadpool quips.
You're as icy as a Nicolas. You're as hot as a pancake on a griddle and just as yummy. Eat your eyes out and then feast on your soul.
Nick caves his f***ing face in, so... Yo!
He just cleaned that.
Nick then plates up, hides the body, and we get another line. Signifying...
It's the wrong time! It's the wrong place! I'm wrong again!
Start off with just a bit of manscaping in a well-deserved pinball session, and what's this? Those rowdy teens, they're gonna burn it down? But what's this?
That guy's still in there. We gotta get him out first. Hey, sir! Sir!
Open it! 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 Open it!
Her friends make some very valid points.
You want to go in there with those things? Are you high?
Look, if he want to be cremated, that's his business.
Yeah.
This dude thinks with his Willy.
She's right. Of course she is, Chris.
Shut up. And then Liv heroically goes on a rescue. What the f***, dude?
That was actually kind of scary.
This genuinely spooky forest scene happens, and I think it's because this monster is the only one that's like a person with just a mascot head, and they're not in like a big bulky mascot suit, so they're able to go like and all this weird shit. And I think it's just so, you know what I mean? And then Nick is in Sherlock mode when Liv falls from the sky and tries to warn him yet again.
I stabbed that bitch, but that won't keep her away for long. So
and then up on the roof, the teens actually have this really good scene. Feels just like a really real gritty argument. And then this dude just tackles up the roof from everybody. Falls in the ball pit though. Whoa, yeah! Wow, what a neat trick! The gang all regroups, and then right when Liv is about to prison shank the siren, old Nicky stops her and snatches her knife. These two go off to go act like rabbits. Liv desperately tries to warn Cagetron by talking his ear off.
it's a lie. They've said the same story to countless other over the last 20 years.
Because you see, once upon a time, Willy's was a thriving utopia. Except it was run by a serial killer and all his demented friends. Willy's group of misfit monsters would invite families to private shows in their super happy fun room. But then, after some time, rumors went through the grapevine and the lawmen got involved. Only to find Willy and the gang had performed a satanic ritual.
They put their souls into the animatronics.
What?
Years later, Doug Dimmadome became the proud owner of Willy's Wonderland. But spooky things happened.
We'll kill and feast.
And then, because Liv had rambled on for
So long, her friends finished the story.
but Tex still doesn't bulldoze it to the ground. Why, you may ask?
Because Willy convinced him to make a deal with the devil.
Along with all those other backwoods inbreds in the sorry town.
Speaking of backwoods inbreds, where'd Bob and Kathy go?
Thanks for asking. Those two are just super horned up in Murderville. Yo.
I want to see you in your birthday suit.
Speaking of sex, Nick was ignoring all of that, focusing on what truly matters. But the silly youngins get distracted by the happy birthday song and the nursery rhymes. And then, oh!
Did you see the foam sword jiggle when he touched it, though?
No.
Liv has a be your hero, baby moment here, and then seconds after,
here it comes.
Come on, don't break the streak we got going. Oh, you can do it.
But he's jazzed up. That's how we know it's.
You turn me on.
Nick has sex, they have sex. The gator is a perv, but hey, when in Rome.
It's staring at us.
Well, then let's give it a show. What you talking about?
Everyone runs for their lives as tension builds up until
We're at Willy's.
the other cop just wants to do his job.
Saying is protect and serve, Sheriff.
But she doesn't until...
Son of a bitch. Get your asses out of there, son.
What is their relationship? Perhaps we'll find out more. But first we see this guy get eaten, and then Nick bullies this knight and does a sick glory kill after headbutting him 100 times.
He gets absolutely splattered every single time.
I know.
Oh yeah, and these two are still getting silly, and the Croc has had enough courtesy to let them finish before finishing them. But don't worry, Croc fighting Cage has just enough juice left in the tank to get another Mortal Kombat KO.
Oh yeah, he kicks out the whole door. I hope he rips its jaw, man.
Yeah, like does the, oh yeah.
He's gonna do it! He's gonna do it!
Fatality.
Then Cammy Chameleon delivers an emotionally manipulative monologue, all while our sus cop spills the tea.
Leave our people be. Leave our children be. Leave our town be, and we will feed you.
We see old Beefstick hard at work.
But I do have a place you can stay tonight.
And old 10 Gallon.
Congratulations. You are officially on staff.
What's this? Young Liv. Fast forward to now, where she's about to fight this neck-breaking chameleon tag team style with Nick Cage mother.
Be sure to take breaks. Always good to pace yourself.
And we open up with more Nick Cage kicking ass. Lasso v lasso. And we get a few more grunt lines from Nick here too. And then the cops show up, adding just a few more stakes to our adventure. Cage is caged up while the sus cop threatens everybody.
If we don't do what needs to be done, nobody in this county is safe.
And begs Willy for forgiveness.
This guy does not act for us.
And then she leaves the sacrifice, who begins to gear up for an intense round of Dance Dance Revolution. Elsewhere, Liv guilt trips the nervous cop into doing good.
I said things right.
And he prepares to save the day. And then surprise, there's this turtle. Tito the turtle, to be exact. And he's just a very fun character.
Qué lástima. Estás buscando esta?
The siren gets all choked out, Black Widow style, and then Cage does a 180 on the chameleon's cranium, while our cult cop snoozes, thinking we've hit the falling action of our story, when the climax is yet to happen. We get a cleaning montage, staring contest, and break time.
Well, vive la f***ing Frenchman!
He's gotta be some kid from back in the day. Like, why is he just making love to this pinball machine?
What if this whole thing was he was just trying to beat his high score?
Yeah, and the other things were in his way. Look at him go! Yeah.
And to Culty Cop's surprise, Nick Cage, doop-a-doop, is alive. And then she reveals herself as the true villain of the story.
All you had to do was die.
See, even Willy
Was that
doesn't
so
like
hard?
it. Nick's body gets launched across the room, causing some wonderful, diegetic, spooky music. And then we see Nick die. Just kidding, he's alive. And he's ready for check.
I'm wrong again!
Just kidding, just kidding. He's just making improvised weapons to melt Willy's face with. And in another shaky cam Jason Bourne fight scene, blow after blow, Cage rises, triumphant, the weasel's head in hand. Now, a few hours later, the sun comes up, and then these two henchmen rise and grind as we hear the sweet sound of Lynyrd Skynyrd's Free Bird Creepin', followed by sick slow-mo footage of old Nicky Cage, who has fulfilled his end of the bargain, actually.
So do me a favor and get the fuck out of my sight, okay? No, actually, I'll save you the trouble and get the fuck out of yours!
If I leave here tomorrow, would you still remember me? For I must be.
So he and Liv drive off into the sunset.
But not a romantic way, just like a daughter way.
And then these two have a sunset of their own.
My hat's off. That is one tough hombre. I just might actually reopen it.
Thanks for visiting Willy's Wonderland. Hope you had a fantabulous time.
Yeah, I didn't show you, but she's alive, I guess. And Nick concludes this epic tale with one last sip.
Is he gonna give her a sip?
Oh yeah, here it'll heal you back up to full health.
It'll increase your stamina. As soon as I start coughing, that'd be hilarious. Like, it's way too powerful for her.
Oh yeah, and this happens. Which is just delightful.
There it is. There's the final shot.
No, dude, I'm so pissed. He doesn't have a single line.
Oh, sure, yes, absolutely.
So now that you've endured that with me, you might be asking, but why is this Nick Cage's best performance yet? If you recall, he didn't say shit the entire flick. Cage, a man known for overacting.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K.
And being absolutely ludicrous.
I'm staying right here.
Good afternoon, sir. Hello. Been drinking, have we?
Just a nip. Hi, guys!
Doesn't say anything. He takes the role of the silent, calm, but of course, badass janitor. His face just speaks volumes, and his actions are louder than any...
My eyes! My eyes! Ah!
yeah, it's a bit awkward at times, but it's f***ing hilarious.
I am fixing to reopen Make Willy's better than ever. Anyway.
But the film is actually very well paced, getting to the action in like 12 minutes and having like literal checkpoints to say, hey, there's more. Aside from that like monologue exposition dump scene.
This town has a dark history.
They didn't have to explain it to that level.
Yeah, they really held my hand.
There was a perfect balance of like corny tongue-in-cheek dialogue.
He's not trapped in here with them. They're trapped in here with him.
And silent yet silly badassery. To make me laugh a ton and actually enjoy the film rather than just like cringe and mock it. It's nice, it's different, it's bizarre, and it's fun, and Nick said so himself.
When I read the script that it was original, I thought it was absurd. I like things that are absurd. I found it hilarious and potentially terrifying. Collision of different genres, from the ridiculous to the sublime, you might say.
Anyways, this has been another episode of Goofy White Dude Talks About a Movie on the Internet. I hope you enjoyed it. Speaking of white guys on the internet, thank you Ian Norris for virtually hanging out with me and watching this glorious piece of art. Ian makes a bunch of cool stuff on his channel about gaming, movies, and television, and we'll probably do more stuff in the future, so you should check him out. And I'll have all his links down in the description and all that. But okay, thanks, bye. Oh, and I really want to thank my Patreons, especially want to give a big Nick Cage thank you to Cronkleton, Bobby Lou, Foxy Grandma, and 2-day-old egg salad, and a big ol' shout out to Southern Star Tractors as well. I recently had a big influx in subscribers and views and stuff, so if that's you, thank you a ton. You know, I only have 300 subscribers, which doesn't sound like a lot, but if there were 300 people in my living room right now watching my video, I'd shit and piss myself. Please consider doing the YouTube stuff, you know, subscribing, liking, and commenting something. If you can guess how many times I said Nick Cage's name or nicknames for him, then I'll give you a zillion marbles that have Nick's face painted on them. That's a joke. Okay, thanks. Bye-bye. I think I did it.